Joining us now, one of the senators who voted yes to Jackson's nomination, of course, Democrat Cory Booker. Senator, thank you so much for joining us. What went through your mind as you took in this truly historic confirmation in the U.S. Senate chamber today?
I mean, the energy in that room and the overwhelming emotion was just laid evident. I talked to staff, people who work the floor in the Senate that have been there for, some of them decades. They said they've never seen a confirmation vote like that, where you could just feel the electricity, the anticipation. And when that final vote came, I just was overwhelmed. And, it's almost like you could witness the arc of the moral universe bending a little bit more towards justice in our country, and a long pathway of struggle to be a more perfect union to really be advanced.
Yeah, and once she's sworn in, she'll be a justice of the U.S. Supreme Court for 30, maybe 40 years. She's going to be around for a long time. I want to play this moment for you, Senator, a memorable moment you had with Judge Jackson during her confirmation hearing. Watch this.
You got here how every black woman in America who's gotten anywhere has done, by being like Ginger Rogers said, I did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards in heels.
It was really a memorable moment. How much more difficult was this process for Ketanji Brown Jackson as a black woman, especially during these totally and incredibly partisan times?
Look, this is what I know. There's a lot of hurt in America, a lot of private pain of people who were qualified, were competent, but were still disrespected, disregarded, or just plain dissed, frankly. I think a lot of people feel an aching sadness in their lives for having those experiences so often. And this, for I think a lot of Americans, black and white, people of all backgrounds, this was a healing. This was a time to rejoice, to see someone overcome all of the obstacles we know she faced and many more we don't know. And so I think this was more than just a normal hearing. I think that when people saw, not all of my Republican colleagues, not even most of them, but when some of them kind of went to lines of questioning that were seeming insulting and demeaning and degrading, or just being filthy, frankly, I think there were a lot of people that felt that like their wounds were being poked as well, like they were hurting. And to see her rise above all of that to this moment today, I think gives so many people a sense of joy.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. The confirmation vote was actually delayed a bit by Republican Senator Rand Paul. And on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, Republican Senator Tom Cotton spurred outrage for simply saying that Judge Jackson, he said this, it's hard to believe he said it, but he said that she would have defended the Nazis at Nuremberg. How do you think history will remember some of this Republican treatment of a future justice?
Well, this is why I've been perplexed by a lot of comments I've heard during this whole process. Remember, she was endorsed by the biggest law enforcement unions there are. That's a hard thing to pull off. She was endorsed by not only Democratic appointed judges, but Republican appointed judges. She was endorsed by leaders of major victims' rights organizations. So here's a person that has brought about bipartisan support outside of Washington, kind of bipartisan support of people that knew she would be a fair jurist. And she cited, when she was on her various positions rising up from the Sentencing Commission to her time now on the circuit, she sided with Republicans against Democrats, Democrats against Republicans. This is going to be the kind of justice that will make America proud. And the voices you hear, as I quoted Maya Angelou, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may try to trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. And today, we now know she is going to rise to the highest court in the land.
It's taken a long time, but finally here, a very historic moment indeed. Thanks so much, Senator Booker, for joining us.
Thank you very much.